on, you guys? So Roy Jones Jr. comes out and explains why he feels Terrence Crawford is the better fighter. He also comes out and says that he don't dislike Errol Spence. He don't hate Errol Spence. But Errol Spence fans and Errol Spence supporters are a little disgruntled at the fact that a lot of the boxing legends are picking Terrence Crawford over Errol Spence Jr. Roy Jones explains. Hit that like button for your boy. Give me that HBO special. That's the Help a Brother Out special. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. But Roy Jones Jr. and Bernard Hopkins had a really, really good interview. I'll leave the interview link in the description. Talking to Ellie Sack back at ES News. Salute to ES News. But Roy Jones Jr. and Bernard Hopkins talked about their careers, how they fought, etc., etc. But they also talked about the fighters today. And one thing Roy Jones brought up was the fact that he wanted to see Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford fight. Now, in his day, he says there was no friends.
There's too many friends. There's too many friends. Because half the guys around here that you can fight to make a name for yourself, you call them your friends. And you can't fight. We didn't play that game, you understand me? People surprised to see us be friends now. Because they know we didn't play it back in the day. You couldn't be friends and dominate boxing. You can't have friends and wait there below you or above you and say you're going to dominate boxing. Because when your friend become pound one of the top 5,
you have to fight them.
You got to get them. And they don't want to do that.
No,
so
you
that's
fight,
where the problem has come. That's where the problem is coming in. So it's too many friends, in my opinion.
Right, there was no friends back then, so you couldn't be a pound-for-pound guy, and then your boy, next thing you know, your friend is a pound-for-pound guy. One of y'all got to fight each other, right? See, the mentality was a little bit different back in the day, but nowadays it's a little bit, it's not like it used to be, right? It's not like it used to be. Fighters back in the day, they could be friends one day, fight real quick, be total enemies, and then go back to being best friends like nothing ever happened, right? Well, today it's not necessarily like that. Not every fighter today in boxing is like this, where everybody's friends, but there are certain fighters out there that's friends with ex-fighter who may be in a weight class above or below, and you know, it kind of complicates things. But check out what Roy Jones had to say.
That sort of like a tease, and look, we know you don't know what you can do until you do it. So at the end of the day, that's how I feel.
And we was painting a picture because when you set a standard for these other kids, we set that standard to teach them, don't go out there ducking stuff, go challenge yourself. You understand me? That's why it hurts me right now. And I'm saying that Errol Spence think I don't like him. It's not that I don't like you, Errol. I think Errol is a great fighter. I'm just saying y'all fight. Y'all got to challenge yourself. You and Terrence. I've seen Terrence more, yes. So do I think Terrence has the advantage? Yeah, because I saw him more. But I know Errol's a hell of a fighter himself too. So, I mean, I'm not saying I think either one can win. That's a good fight, but we want to see you challenge yourself. That's the legacy that we left. We leave behind the legacy of go challenge yourself, find out what you can and can't do. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid.
Now, to hear what Roy had to say, I think we got some clarity on why he feels that Terrence Crawford is the better fighter. Well, simply because he's seen more of Terrence Crawford. And yeah, that's some of the things that I was saying early on before this whole Spence Crawford thing returned to a firestorm. One thing I used to always say about Errol Spence Jr. was, I need to see more. And what I meant by that was, I need to see him deal with some type of adversity. I need to see him make adjustments in a fight. I need to see him do certain things in a fight, right? It was certain things that I needed to see from Errol Spence Jr. Have I seen him at this point? Probably. Right? Maybe I've seen those things at this point because I don't really harp on that anymore, right? We've seen Errol Spence Jr. Go through car accidents, come back, fight top guys. So Errol Spence Jr., if anything, he's a dog, right? But Roy Jones Jr. feels that he needs to see more from Errol Spence, right? Maybe his expectations of Errol Spence is a little bit higher, right? Or maybe he just biased towards Terrence Bud Crawford. But whatever the case may be, Roy Jones gave his thoughts on why he feels that Terrence Crawford is the better fighter. He said he don't hate Errol Spence, and he knows he's getting a lot of heat for picking against Errol Spence, just like many of the other greats, right? They know they're getting a lot of heat for it, but it's just the way they feel, right? So yeah, that's what Roy Jones had to say. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.